Hi, my name is Rick Howell. I'm a TV guide, and this show is called Talk Back to Television. It's about the business of television, how we make the programs, how we distribute the programs, and mostly how we pay for the programs. Because if we can't pay for the shows, there's nothing to watch. Stay tuned. Hi, this is Talk Back to Television, and I'm Rick Howell, and I'm here with Peter Ruben, who's been in the business forever. Peter, how are you?
I'm great, Rick. I'm great. How are you?
I am fine. And where are you speaking to us from?
Today, I'm in New York in beautiful Fire Island.
But you now
And
actually have your permanent residence in Boca, right?
I moved from New York to Boca last year.
And that
I'm
was
now
because
official
you
Florida
really
resident.
like hurricanes, and you have hurricanes on Fire Island and hurricanes in Boca, right? You're a fan of hurricanes?
You know, the crazy thing is, you look at the last couple of years since I made the move, and the number of 7-inch rainstorms in New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, fires elsewhere.
Yeah.
20 feet, 5 feet of snow during the day in Northern California, and you say suddenly Florida's not that bad.
Well, you know what?
It's just tough everywhere.
Yeah, it is. Okay, listen. I want to get started here, and the thing we're going to be talking about is shopping and television and shopping. All of my viewers know you from your years at Home Shopping Network. Tell us what you're doing now. You've got a new initiative, a new project, and it is fascinating. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Rick, I left Home Shopping Network at the end of 2018, I believe. We were sold to QVC.
Right.
That company now operates as Curate, and they're obviously the leader in the shopping business. I worked for a small period of time for Ion Media, and then I've been consulting and executive in residence for Progress Partners, a nice M&A firm that specializes in the media business. And I've been working with a company, Live Rocket, with Mark Bozek, who was a former president of HSN, trying to create the next new thing in TV shopping.
So what is the next new thing in TV shopping? Because a lot of folks kind of get to the edges of that, and some of them take a look and they say, wow, that's too complicated. I don't want to do it. What's going on with shopping now?
You know, well, let's look back since HSN was sold to QVC. The business has really changed a lot as the whole kind of basic cable business has changed. I was looking at numbers recently, and since 2018, it was kind of like the peak of cable distribution between cable, satellite, and AT&T and Verizon getting into the business.
Yep.
There were over 93 million homes, 93 million customers had multi-channel video in a traditional linear cable sense.
Wow.
Today, that number is 63 million. 30 million homes over 5 years have cut to cord. A lot of that's been satellite, but also you still read the quarterly numbers and you're losing anywhere from 200,000 to 500,000 a quarter from Comcast. Every major MSO, every major satellite company continues to lose customers. The last reports I read last year, there was a 3 million customer loss in multi-channel video, and I think that's projected again for this year.
Yep.
So just like the TV business and the sports business had suffered from an erosion of basic cable, so have the shopping networks, because for years we were on a high. It's like opening up a new store. You gained 1 million customers, and at X dollars a home, $20 or $60, depending on the network, boom, you increase your revenue accordingly. Suddenly, the good news is, with a drop of 30 million homes, have they lost 30% of the revenue? And the answer is definitely not. One reason is the initial people that cut the cord were not necessarily your traditional home shopping customers. The traditional person who owned their own home were in the 50 plus range. and for lack of a better word, the simplicity of just keeping things as they are and watching TV. So that's helped a lot, because when you look at the people who've cut the cord, it's not so much that. You look at things like, the September influx of college students that you'd get a 2 million subscriber pop from each distributor every year. That's kind of fallen away as they've all gone to streaming.
Yep.
And the core customers remain active. In fact, that's what's holding the shopping business together. But just like the cable business, acquiring new seems to be what's the toughest thing right now. So you take that and then you look at factors that are affecting the retail business, and you say, wow, why would anyone want to continue to stay in the shopping business? So in addition to a drop in, especially TV shopping, in addition to the drop in customers from cord cutting, you've also got people who are watching TV totally different these days. In the old days, you had a great channel position, people channel surfed, and there were impulse buys. Now you've got hundreds of channels, and if there's something people don't want, then they go to their streaming channels. Because everyone that I know has certainly Prime Video because they shop on Amazon.
Right.
They've got most people have Netflix, and then probably a couple of other streamers. So the appetite for live television and just TV in general is absorbed by all these different things. And then you look at the retail business, which has been, when you talk retail these days, everyone talks, how can you compete against Amazon? Well, Amazon's a different business, but retail in general it's gotten tougher, because once Amazon introduced free shipping and free returns, it makes it very tough for every other business that ships things. In terms of just shipping was a big revenue stream for all the shopping networks. At least it didn't cost us anything. We could at least recoup our money with shipping and handling. Now that's incorporated into the price of a product for the most part. So you've got that. You've also got the fact that most things that were on TV shopping were fairly exclusive. You can't buy this cookware anywhere else. You can't buy these clothes, or this was a special piece of electronics.
Yep.
Today, you can pretty much Google anything, and the manufacturers have their own sites and other means of distribution besides. So it's very tough for the merchandisers to really figure out how to curate shopping. And then the last thing for TV shopping is, if you look at the screen today, it doesn't look much different than 40 years ago when it launched. It's got a similar L bar, similar studio shoots. And you say, how can we at Live Rocket make it different? Okay. So Live Rocket's liverocket.com. And we're saying to ourselves, what's working in live video? A lot of things aren't. A lot of people have tried new things, and take the best of that and also try to create a new genre of live TV shopping, say. So the fact is, everyone, and so for us, it's going the traditional route is almost impossible. You're not going to get great channel position on any distributor.
Yep.
And you're going to have to really then market and sell. So are you better off picking a few key places, and that might be streaming video companies, where you can have a live channel? Does it have to be 24 hours? 24 hours live? Probably not. In fact, none of the shopping channels are 24-hour live anymore. Most of the overnights are taped.
Yep.
So, and all else can we do to make it fun and interesting? That most people, certainly younger audiences, are watching video on their phones, and they're not watching it horizontally. They're watching it vertically, thanks to TikTok.
Yep.
Thanks to TikTok and other companies. So coming up with a format that's incorporates vertical to use the whole space that way, in addition to horizontal for when we do live shows on TV, we think can make it interesting, and also incorporating other elements. I think no one wants 24 hours or 12 hours of traditional TV shopping, at least a new entrant. So it's got to incorporate things like entertainment, music, arts. So we think we're at the kind of influx of of music, arts, and retail,
Interesting.
and finding products, finding interesting products in the art world, curating uh, curating things around music, and curating things around traditional retail, and finding things that really you can't get anywhere else, because you're never going to compete on price with the big guys. It's too hard. And I think one of the things that when I look at all the shopping networks, they really, you look at the merchandising, and they have their traditional uh, vendors that they've used for the last 20 years, and a lot of those vendors haven't really changed,
Right.
and it's really tough for them to incorporate new, because once you have a revenue stream, even if it's falling a little bit, you at least know it's there. To
Yeah.
put a new vendor and build a big business, it's harder. We can come in from scratch and build a business and figure out what'll work and what not, and have some fun, because we're not paying $100 million a year for distribution. We're going to incorporate some traditional distribution, but also incorporate social, and use our merchants and art and culture to really try to figure out what the next new thing is. And it's going to take some time and certainly some money. And trying to launch during COVID created a lot of financial issues between COVID and interest rates going up. It's a slower start than we wanted, but we really believe that there's a space for Live Rocket.
Okay. You know what? We have just burned a lot of time. But it's fascinating to hear where from the strategy came. And frankly, the strategy comes directly out of your experience. Right now, where can people find Live Rocket, and what can they buy?
Yeah, you can go to liverocket.com. It
All
has
right.
some of the things that we were selling, so you can get an idea of where we're going. We've seen there.
Cool, man. Well, you know what? We are going to have to catch up again, and maybe we need to do, once you launch, do a Friday Fireside, which is a longer format. But Peter Ruben from Live Rocket, dude, we're going to be very interested in watching what happens with you guys. And thank you
Looking
for your
forward to it,
time.
Rick.
Thank you for your time this morning. I appreciate that.
Thanks.
All right. And
All
we'll
right.
catch everybody next week on Talk Back to Television. Bye-bye.